This is your host, Steve from the back, coming at you again. Raw and unscripted. Uh, Keeping it real as always. No BS. Giving no Fs as always. So, I've done videos before and I've spoken on a couple things about dieting, like veganism versus a pretty much just a normal basic diet, which is protein. It doesn't have to be a carnivore diet, but protein based. Protein is mostly the base because all your connective tissues, your ability to recover muscle, to build muscle, to regulate hormones, everything that is natural. Basically, though as a human being you eat many things, there are macronutrients, there are carbs, there are fast fuel sources, there are things that break down faster in your body, things that are meant to break down slower. Um, Meat clearly is the staple and is always the staple. Of course, we are made out of meat. I mean, it's not rocket science. You need protein to build. Basically, it's the building blocks of life. You need protein to maintain, to build, to to um, to create new tissue. It is what it is. There's no way around it. And obviously, if you're familiar with this channel, you already know that I'm not a fan by any means of dogmas, religions, philosophies, diets, or anything that is a self-sacrificing or self-degrading or, um, for lack of a better term, a sissy-based BS approach to things. Like, you have to look out for yourself because, you know, for you to destroy your own self, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. What I mean? That's my logic. It's like if you're trying to like destroy your own self for whatever reason, maybe that's an issue that you just have, and there's something wrong with you. Maybe if that's what your real goal is. If you actually truly believe that certain things you're doing that are self-deprecating, self-sacrificial, and all these things is for a really good reason, maybe it's really for a good reason. But my whole point all the time is often that's usually never the case. Usually it's always the seemingly, and I say seemingly selfish, because for instance, like a person like myself, and I always use myself as an example, a person like myself just wants the common American dream, just wants a wife. I'm a normal man. I'm not bisexual. I'm not gay. I'm not some weirdo who is into like some extreme fringe of lifestyle that like I don't just want to be happy, get married, and live a normal life and have stability, security in a house. And so my whole point is there's nothing really exactly selfish about what I want or anything I'm trying to ever do. It's just that I know to accomplish that I have to be incredibly selfish to get to point A to point B. And I also have to never compromise and never indulge or what's the word never accept anything that's BS. You know what I mean? Like basically, it is all about me because for me to get anything I want, it's just it just makes sense. This is not rocket science. This is nothing that should be explained. The only reason why I'm going through all this speech to have to explain this is because some people out here actually, sorry, but I just gotta keep it real. Some of you are actually less intelligent, and the thing is, you, instead of understanding common sense concepts that you should know, you don't, for some reason it doesn't click, and you have to be told or explained in a certain way to where something clicks and it's something that was common sense and you should have known the whole time, but for some reason you have to be said, it has to be said to you a certain way for you to even get it, which is sad. Which is sad. But it is what it is. People are dumb. it's it's clearly evident that people are dumb and impressionable and confused and vulnerable. That's another issue, is that you're vulnerable, you're confused, and you're impressionable. So that's why you even believe certain trends and things and stuff that you hear anyway, because you're actually that naive, and that's an issue. But that's the generation that we're dealing with, and these are the times that we live in. So, with that being said, I'm not a fan of this whole vegan nonsense. And some people don't even believe that eating fish is. Some people don't even believe that eating fish is a good thing. Like, they think, anything with eyes, it's like anything with eyes except a potato, you're not supposed to eat. Like what? Things suffer, animals suffer. Look here, everybody suffers, everything suffers. It's just part of our existence. I've spoken about this before. Things die to be eaten, and or used as fuel to fuel other beings, and it just is what it is, you know. And I'm speaking on this because it just so seems that there are some very evil, very diabolical people who, what the real issue is this, is that they want to, well, it's about money also. It's about money, really. But some of it is psychology, and what it is they really like teaching certain dogmas, and they like perpetuating weak, like I said, self-sacrificing, weak, nonsensical type of belief systems about everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything from a person's sexuality, claiming that just to be a man is toxic. Like, you can't just be a man anymore. Like, you either have to be queer, or you have to be some type of like progressive, or if you're not that yourself, you have to be foolish enough to actually believe that what people are saying is actually true. That, like, just you being yourself is toxic. And so on and so forth, and blah blah blah. You hear all these things in the media, and then they try to tell you, like, I guess we've all evolved into cows now, because, like, people, we've been hunting for so many years. And this kind of goes into my rant, is that, see, my mentality has always been this, is that obviously, meat can have parasites in it. We all know that, right? Meat can have parasites, so meat is not just, like, necessarily as safe as, like, a vegetable, most likely. But the whole thing is, meat goes like this. You eat meat, you decide you're hungry, you decide you want to eat something. Even if you are out, and let's say you are hunting something, whatever skills you have, you are going to put to use in whatever is on the menu. Sometimes this actually happens with people. This really happens. Like skunks, raccoons, possums. People eat, and I would eat it too. I'd eat anything, you know. For the most part, it's pretty much fair game, And what's so comical is that you have people who are, it's insanity. It's like, not even is it the logic of, like, they have to understand that this is how we've survived and thrived, actually, because there's a difference between thrival and survival. See, these people are about all survival anyway. There's no thriving with them. These people are retards, and they're pussies. I hate to say it, but I have to say it like that. They're also, the whole logic is just so, like, you say things are toxic, but in my opinion, it's like, you should have had a male figure in your life that was, just for lack of a better word, probably slap the shit out of you for being so soft in the first place. That's how I look at it. It's like, why would you even think that, like, it's okay. You're saying it's wrong to kill the animal. Okay, so now it's like, what are you gonna do? What else? What are you gonna do? You know, how are you gonna eat? Like, what are you talking about? And then also, it's unhealthy for you now. It's like, oh, really? So you mean to tell me that all that wiry, hard muscle on your body just came out of nowhere? Like it wasn't because you've been eating meat, you've been working out, you've been constantly eating the protein as your staple, and this is what your father's father did. This is what their father's father. It's like, what are you people talking about? You know, every single thing you say, this is what I mean. Everything you seem to say and think just seems to be so BS that it is so angry. It's like, really? You actually think anyone's going to believe this? That's why I look at it like, you really think anyone is going to believe anything you say? You're lying through your teeth, and you know, you would almost want to give someone the credit that they are actually more intelligent, because a person who lies, who makes blatant lies, and hopes people believe it, is actually more admirable, in my opinion, and a little bit more clever than the person who actually is dumb enough to believe the lies. And I can't really tell with most of these people, but I think a lot of them actually believe these lies, you know, and I'm just saying, you know, these are lies. If you, you know, that's what I'm just trying to tell you. You know, these are lies, man. But and I'm gonna this is gonna be a short rant, but I'm gonna cut this here. One of the major lies about this whole thing is the lie that you're doing something like virtuous. You're not only doing something virtuous, but you're doing something healthy for yourself. No, what you're actually doing though is you're doing a disservice to yourself. You're destroying your body, because what you're doing is you're taking the nutrients from your body that it needs to build, to maintain, and to do anything, to regulate, and you're putting yourself at a deficiency. And then now, if you have children, you can also put them at deficiencies. Like I said, things like hormones. Like for if you're a man, masculine traits that would make you a more stronger, more attractive, more, for lack of a better word, less retarded person. And then as a female, the things that would make you a more attractive, feminine, stronger, more fertile uh, person. Now what you've done is you have put yourself at a deficiency and opened yourself up to more possible defects as, you know, the child being born. And you're creating people that are, like I said, weaker, degraded, softer, not as attractive, because they're developed, their bone structure, muscle, everything is thrown off, and it's not even, it's like developmentally stunted. Um, it's just like this is what I mean. You know, this is what I'm saying about how, like, you know, like some people, you always think what you're doing is something progressive and good and virtuous and this and all that, and is all you're doing is fucking shit up that was perfect as it was. It's like it is for a reason, and you just want to fuck it up for either your lack of your knowledge or your own weird twisted agenda. And it's all lies. You know, that's basically what I'm trying to say in this video, and hopefully that this will reach someone who is maybe, just for whatever reason, sorry to call you dumb, but for someone who's less knowledgeable, and they're on the fence, like they're like wondering, like, oh, you know, is this really a, because I this is what I see in the media, they're saying it's healthy, and this is no, bro. Let me kick it to you real, right? Whether you're female or male or whatever, that shit that they're telling you about this vegan, oh, vegan this, vegan that, blah blah blah, so on and so forth, it's horseshit. You want to actually be healthy? And when I say health, I'm covering everything. I mean your mental thought process, your hormones, your strength, your looks, your longevity, the potency of your genes that you're going to pass down, maybe if you have a child, to another person. All that stuff. Nothing about a vegan diet or a meat deprived diet can in any way aid you in any positive way in that type of endeavor. You know what I'm saying? So listen to that, and no matter how much it hurts you or how much you don't want to hear it or whatever, that's the truth. This is what this channel does 98% of the time, is give you the hardcore truth and just let you sit with it, right? And it's like you could take it or leave it. It's like, you have a choice. You could either listen or you could just shrug it off. But the truth is going to be told, and that's the truth. So there you go. There you go. You know what I mean? And I forgot to also put in, but I also was going to put in even your natural sex drive, which is attached to your hormonal balance. If you think you're going to wean yourself off of these proteins, then that's going to go down the drain as well. That is going to be diminished and going to be retarded and be impacted in a negative way as well, whether male or female, or whatever you're calling yourself, or whatever you actually are. Whatever you actually are. Because not everyone out here is just normal. So, I'm just telling you the truth. And it's like, oh, no, you can take it or you could leave it, but I'm telling you the truth. Unlike most people, or most popular people, nowadays, they don't want to tell the truth. It's all about bullshit. So, that's the end of the rant. This is Steve's Art and Fun channel. If you're new to this channel, just thoroughly check out the entire channel. And have a nice day.